Oh.
Water.
Mm.
I think people
Here
are,
you go.
people are gonna be needing a rescue.
You need a baño.
Hi, how are
Hi,
you?
how you doing?
Good, and you?
Is there a restroom near here or not?
There is, let me see, downstairs they're being remodeled. The police department has a restroom.
Is one-
So, yeah,
Okay,
walk
great.
down the stairs, into the station,
Okay.
and thank you for attending.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm friends with Pete.
With Pete, excellent. Two great guys.
I'm
I'm
chaplain
Yolanda.
for that police.
Oh, excellent. I'm Yolanda, I'm the city manager. Great day in North Carolina. Quintana. Ven y vete porque esto va a estar en la escalera.
Para que la gente no se confunda y vaya para allá.
Oh, sí, pero Quintana me pusieron una perra maya de aquí a aquí,
Y eso, ¿verdad?
porque tenía una arteria bloqueada 98%. Por eso se me estaban hinchando tanto
Sí.
los tobillos y eso.
Y quedó bien
Ayer.
todo, ¿no?
Sí.
Ok.
Quintana, yo tengo algo pendiente contigo, pero a mí se me presentó todo esto del médico,
Ay, vale,
de
no se
locura.
preocupe.
No.
No tiene nada
Mañana
pendiente.
mismo, no. Yo me empecé a sentir tan mal, Quintana, que no
Es que
atinaba.
te lo sientes cuando es un problema del corazón o de la circulación, te lo sientes al
Y
momento.
no fue de corazón, gracias a Dios.
Te sientes cansado,
Pero
te
yo estaba
hinchas,
agotada, las piernas, me las sentía
se te ponen
como si fueran
hinchadas.
dos bates,
Sí.
así,
Así me pasaba a mí.
cargando dos bates.
Yolanda, yo
llevaba-
tenía esto aquí, así.
Yo también. Pero yo quisiera que tuviera de ayer para hoy como se me han desinflamado
Claro.
las piernas.
Al momento,
Porque la sangre empieza a circular.
al momento.
Sí, me mandaron a caminar.
Sí, tienes que hacer ejercicio.
Sí, tengo que ir a caminar. Ya Armando me dijo que mañana tenemos que ir a caminar. Digo, ya empezó a...
Yo hace unos meses que no monto bicicleta y tengo que volver a...
Tienes que hacerlo, la salud.
La voy a traer para acá.
Y ese micrófono
Porque
es...
esto es para el himno
para
nacional.
el himno.
Entonces lo voy a dejar aquí
Ujú.
para la...
Tú sabes lo que me hace falta. Tú tendrás ahí una libreta. Deja ver si yo tengo una pluma para apuntar los nombres de las personas importantes, como digo yo.
A ver.
Ay, me mandaron a poner las medias para las varices.
Sí. Bueno, ya con eso...
Y una aspirina de bebé diariamente para el resto de mi vida.
Igual que yo tengo que tomar el anticoagulante ese
Ajá.
y eso, la aspirina también. Yo tomo la aspirina y otra que es más fuerte.
Y cuando viaje tengo que ir con las medias de compresión a carabina.
job or
Well, I
something.
don't know, sometimes they don't like me, but sometimes this is what I tell them, I'm trying to
Yeah.
protect you from yourselves.
Right.
And so it's not always, peachy and rosy around here, but this is a very quiet municipality. Our public servants are not big political figures.
Uh-huh.
They're, I call them community activists, people that really care about what's going on in the city, that are good neighbors, you know, that really have their heart in their hands. So I really enjoy working here.
So
I
you've
live
gone
here
through how many mayors then?
quite a few. I went through,
At least,
Martin Miller, Valerie Patton, Rick O'Leary, Rick Sosa.
Rebecca was the mayor here?
Yeah.
So
She's
she's a
our mayor,
commissioner?
yeah. She's our mayor, gracias. Our mayor emeritus.
Wow.
I
She'll probably be here tonight.
Yeah, she'll be here. I saw her today earlier. I served under Rebecca, actually, she's the one that appointed me as assistant manager. I
policía de
Lo
la
mandaba y
policía.
cantaba.
Ella adora a la policía.
Igual.
Te voy a decir, y adora a Carlos. Espérate.
Y ahí viene también.
Te voy a enseñar.
Mira, y Ana me dijo, mami, tú sabes que Yolanda, tú tienes que ver eso. Yo se la mandé a Rebeca también, porque la hija de Rebeca le está pasando eso. Esto fue el domingo por la noche. Ay, pero qué bárbaro. Eso fue hoy ya, mira qué diferencia. Yo tengo las varices malísimas. Mira eso. Eso fue el domingo por la noche.
No, ya te llevas días.
Día, 8 meses.
Y ya hoy, mira. Mira, eso fue hoy ya. Y tengo los dedos horribles que me los tengo que operar también, pero bueno, esto
Eso con
era-
calma.
sí, tengo hammer toes, pero mira, ya me puedo poner mis zapatos.
Pero no te venga los pies ahora.
No, no,
Por eso
no,
es muy doloroso.
no, yo sé. Lo que pasa es que, fíjate que esto no tiene mucho tacón.
No, claro.
Pero yo esto, a mí no me
Mira que yo no uso tacón.
No, pero es que
Yo
yo
lo
no
que
puedo
uso
usar eso por la espalda porque también tengo estenosis lumbar. No,
No, pues estoy igualito.
yo estoy lista para la fiesta.
Pero para la...
Mira, muerta se quedé desprestigiada. Yo sé cómo es esto.
Yo sé. Yo
Así que hay una amiga de nosotros que la cuidan en la tienda. Ay, no, yo no puedo ir.
Oye, haz como mi mamá. Yo llego a casa, oye, mi mamá. Ay, que tengo dolor. Mami, vamos, vístete.
Yo también.
Sí. Me llamo Mario.
Hello, sir.
Marty, aquí habrá una silla.
I love it.
Look who's here! Look who's here!
Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, guys.
How are you?
Hey, I love your earrings. I love it.
Good,
Give me
good.
five. Nice, thank you.
Ale, Gaby, ven acá, mamá, un besito.
No, ¿dónde está?
Eso creo que.
¿A dónde? Hey, big guy.
Madam Manager?
Hey, papi. Déjala conmigo ahí arriba. Oye.
Somebody's got to do it. Huh?
Back, sir.
I saw that.
I don't miss this. I haven't worked this hard in 40 years.
What page are you on?
2.
A verte. Ay, mi madre. Betty. Betty.
I love it. I know you have something to do that, right? Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Good job. Good job. Good job. Madam Vice Chairwoman, you look.
Yo no sé qué le dio el peladito, pero
Is
quedó
it
lo más
proper to
bien.
say adorable because you look absolutely adorable?
Pero te cogieron bien.
I love it. I love
Oye,
it.
Betty. Betty.
Betty, nice job, right?
Betty, I'm going to say Betty next time.
Nice job. We know that was Betty.
Voy a hacer el pelo. Esto está ya de viejo.
No, y Frank en uniforme.
Este va a poner el gorrito de Marine. ¡Hurra! Este va a poner.
You got a special seat for her? I'll move back. Put it next to the door.
Oh, yeah, you're over here. Baby. Baby, you're up here. I know, that's okay. You're
Peter, vamos, Pete. Ayúdame ahí, vamos a ver al aire aquí. Se lo pone. Bueno, pero coño, tiene que trabajar hoy. Está conectado.
away with it. Oh, yeah, I didn't call you the other day because I had heard from you. I didn't call you because I hadn't heard from you, so I didn't want to bother you. Well, I know. I checked in with Carlos and talked to Armando. I got the all clear report from him, so I said, you know what? I'm not going to call her.
¿sabes cómo se siente Dios?
Hey, how are you?
Oh, are we over capacity? It's okay. They're all here.
I tell her to be next Wednesday. Me too. Let's see what happens.
Phenomenal block as well, qualifications. Keeping my fingers crossed. We miss you back at the courthouse. Everything well at the PBA?
It's great. I love it. So it's bittersweet because I'm really happy now. So it's
Listen, it's a springboard.
yeah. We'll see what
I'm
happens.
glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm glad my dad's here too.
Who are you here with?
My dad. He's in the corner back there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Coño, qué bueno, tú vienes a coger el juramento. Coño, qué bueno, qué bonito, me eres un muchacho querido. Tú eres una persona querida aquí en la comunidad, respetada, en memoria de ustedes. Familia querida, una familia querida.
En Indian Printing. El otro día Raúl Martínez me lo preguntó en un programa, le digo, no, efectivamente Raúl se quita de aquí y todavía el edificio que está
Yoli,
ahí,
Joe Sanchez
donde
was the
Tony
one
López hizo un
that
Welcome, everyone, to the great city of West Miami. This is a special City Commission meeting, induction ceremony. Today is Wednesday, February 26, 2020, at 6:20 p.m. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Roll call, Mayor Rhonda Rodriguez,
Present.
Vice Mayor Luciano Suarez,
Present.
Commissioner Candida Blanca. Yes. Commissioner Juan Blanes.
Present.
Commissioner Eric Diaz-Padrón.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now we will have the presentation of colors by the West Miami Police Department Honor Guard. Please stand. For the Pledge of Allegiance this evening, we have a very special guest, Alec Avila, which is a nephew of our Chief of Police. Alec?
All uniform personnel, present, march!
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now for the national anthem, I have another special guest, Annalise Avila, niece of Chief Carlos Avila. Annalise?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Honor guard, forward, march. Left, 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 right, left, right, left, left, right, left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left.
Thank you, Annalise. That was absolutely beautiful. Now please remain standing for our invocation by Pastor Raz Vasquez. Pastor?
There's a story about a lady that had a lot of fruit trees in her house. And she would have a table with apples and mangoes and just give them away. Someone came by and said, "Ma'am, why are you giving this away? You could make so much money." And she said, "I discovered something. The more I give away, the more I have." It reminds me of my mother-in-law, and excuse me for saying this, but I just lost her about a week ago. She went home to be with her Lord. Grew up in dirt floors in Cuba, became a millionaire here. A lot of mangoes in her house, trees. And I remember at South Miami where they prognosed her with cancer, and I had to tell her. And she said, "What is it?" I said, "Well, the doctors say you have cancer." And she says, "Well, I never had that before, so here we go, God and me and cancer." And at this point, you're thinking, why did they bring this pastor here? Doesn't he know that this is a swearing-in ceremony? Oh, yes, I do know that. But of all the ones that I've done, this one's so special because I've watched Carlos Avila through so many years. And I think the correlation is that I've always seen you giving away. And so today, the divine element involved is given back to you. And the correlation is West Miami, and it is a beautiful city, Mayor, that as the new chief gets sworn in, it's really an opportunity for all of us in this city and in different cities to give away. To give away our thoughts, our prayers to the new chief, Carlos Avila, that your time here would be as productive as all your years in law enforcement. It's wonderful to see how so many law enforcement background are gathered here. If I could bottle it and sell it, I would become multimillionaire. But you're here because of the influence of Carlos. He's given to the city. He's given to the community. He's given to us. And we're here tonight to give back to him. So God, I pray that you would bless the new chief of West Miami City. I pray that you would continue to bless this city. It's a very special city in our county. And I pray that your strength and your wisdom in combination with his years of experience would all come together. And we would see that the more we give away, really the more we have. I also pray for everyone that's getting sworn in today with a new rank. Bless them, the wife, the children, the family, and respecting everybody's choice of faith. I personally pray in Jesus' name. Amen. God bless you.
Thank you, Pastor. Please be seated. Wow. Our chief and our major are so loved. Look at this crowd. This is amazing. Standing room only. Thank you all so much for being here. At this time, it is my honor to recognize the elected officials and dignitaries that are in attendance this evening. Thank you all for being here. Sorry for the rain and having to come in the rain, but thank you for being here. Vice Chairwoman Rebecca Sosa. Miami-Dade County Commissioner Jose Pepe Diaz. The Honorable Alberto Milian. Former Mayor of the City of Miami, Tomas Regalado. City of Sweetwater Commissioner and retired Police Lieutenant Marcos Villanueva. And the great former mayor of West Miami, Eduardo Mujina. Former City of Miami Commissioner Joe Sanchez, and PIO for Office of the Florida Highway Patrol. Welcome. I hope let me go back to my place on the list here. Okay. I have Chief Herbello, Golden Beach. Chief Herbello, Sweetwater. Chief David Rivero, Police Department. Rolly Flower, Chief of Hialeah. Chief Casas from FIU. Our neighbor, Chief Ed Hudak, City of Coral Gables. Our retired Chief, Nelson Andrews, City of West Miami. Woohoo! Welcome back, Chief. Ray Anthony, Office of Attorney General Ashley Moody. Sergio Diaz, Executive Assistant to the Chief, City of Miami. Chief Carlos Noriega, City of North Bay Village. Chief, the Village of El Portal, David Magnuson. I hope I haven't missed anyone, and if I did, I'm blaming it on my city manager. She made the list. Madam Manager, did I?
As of the time that I handed over the list to you, Madam Mayor, I think we have everybody.
Perfect. And again, thank you all for being here on this very, very, very special evening. We're looking to the next chapter in the city of West Miami with our new chief and our new major. At this time, we are going to have the Honorable Alberto Milian with the induction of Chief of Police Carlos Avila, oath administered by the Honorable Judge Alberto Milian, 11th Judicial Circuit of Florida. Please come forward.
If you'll just indulge me for 1 minute.
Yes, of
Madam
course.
Mayor, members of the board, distinguished chiefs of police, distinguished guests, I want to tell you what a great honor it is for me. Having been raised less than 2 miles from here, a product of the Cuban exile experience. First of all, I want to say I haven't seen so much brass since I was at the Pentagon in the Army. But I'll tell you something, I knew them when they weren't brass. I worked for some of them, like Chief Rivero, and I'm greatly honored to see that they have excelled and make our community so proud. Some of them, like Chief Flowers, I go by his office almost every other day at Bal Harbor, but he never sees me. But today he invited me to go by. But let me tell you what's so special about this moment for me today. In 1976, my family suffered a horrible tragedy, the attempted murder of my father. City of Miami Police and Miami-Dade were our caretakers, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Whenever men and women of the City of Miami or Miami-Dade or any law enforcement agency excel and distinguish themselves, as your chief and your major have, I take personal pride. It's like going to a homecoming and a graduation for a family member. So let me thank the chief and the major for giving me the honor of being a part of this great moment. Chief, repeat after me. I, Carlos Avila, do solemnly swear and affirm that I am qualified to hold the office of Chief of Police for the City of West Miami Police Department, to which I have been appointed, that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the United States of America and of the state of Florida against all enemies, domestic and foreign, that I will bear true faith, loyalty, and allegiance to the same, and that I will faithfully and without fear or favor enforce all of the laws and ordinances of the state of Florida, City of West Miami, and County of Miami-Dade. So help me God. Congratulations, Chief. Thank you, Chief, again. Now, I got to share with you something before I go on because merit deserves recognition. I think I did 2 tours of duty overseas, one in Operation Just Cause and the second one in the Gulf War, 1991. Never did I appreciate, this was 25 years after my family came here as exiles, what the Stars and Stripes and the Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem really mean. And I always get choked up. But to the young lady who sang today, I want to tell you that was a beautiful rendition, and you deserve a second hand. And it really choked me up. Even though I always look stern as a judge, you're always welcome in our courtroom. Thank you so much. Now, this man I'm about to introduce, I got to say one thing before I give you the oath. To me, he will always be a deputy chief, but he didn't want to be known as a deputy chief. He's taken the title of major, and that goes to the heart of his humility. I can't think of anybody to better be the second in command of this great department in this great city than Pedro Delgado. I'm honored by his friendship. I'm honored that he's allowing me and giving me the honor of giving him this solemn oath. So, Major, would you be kind enough to join me? I, Pedro Delgado,
I, Pedro Delgado,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
and affirm
and affirm
that I am qualified
that I am qualified
to hold the office
to hold the office
of Police Major
of Police Major
for the City of West Miami
for the City of West Miami
Police Department,
Police Department,
to which I have been appointed,
to which I have been appointed,
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and government
and government
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and of the state of Florida
and of the state of Florida
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
domestic and foreign,
domestic and foreign,
that I will bear true faith,
that I will bear true faith,
loyalty, and allegiance
loyalty, and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and without fear
and without fear
or favor
or favor
enforce all of the laws
enforce all of the laws
and ordinances
and ordinances
of the state of Florida,
of the state of Florida,
City of West Miami,
City of West Miami,
and County of Miami-Dade.
and County of Miami-Dade.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Major. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, and to the commissioners, the city manager, the city attorney, and so many friends that I have here today. Thank you, and may God bless the United States and the city of West Miami.
Thank you so much, Judge. At this time, I would love to open the floor, open the podium to anyone who would like to come up and say anything wonderful about these two great gentlemen that have just been sworn in. The podium's yours. In no specific order, just come up. Come on, a room full of elected officials and chiefs, and no one's going to say anything? Come on, somebody start it. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for starting this. It's like the first dance. You got to go out and get the dance floor first, and everybody follows.
My name is Deacon Ralph Gazitua, and Miami-Dade Police Chaplain for 20 years. And Pete is a very good friend of mine. And whenever I've asked him to participate in any church functions, he always said, "What time do I need to be there?" And he's just an exceptional individual that whenever I've been in a jam, I was able to call him on the phone and reach out to him. And I know we have a retreat coming up. I look forward to your leadership, and I want to thank you very much, and I'm very honored to be your friend. God bless you.
Next.
Well, what am I going to say about Carlos? Carlos was my partner at the Union Hall when I was president, and he was vice president. And he wasn't just the vice president, he was my best friend. And we caused a lot of gray hairs while we were there. But I can honestly say he's a decent, good human being, and I'm so proud of him and Pete that they're getting promoted in this great city that I love and I live in. You know, I can't say enough words. Congratulations again to both of you, and God bless you.
Yes, absolutely. Vice Chairwoman, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners, Administration, to all the law enforcement that is present here today, Your Honor. What a blessing to see you. Carlos Avila. Number one, your family is an example to this community. We are not only honored of everyone in your family that I have known for a long time. I am very proud of someone who is one of our officers, our Sergeant of Arms, which is Avila, too. So it runs in the family. And congratulations to you, Mayor, also. But I just want to bring two things. To thank you for the selection you have made, because in the last years, the City of West Miami Police Department has implemented so many wonderful changes. And we are moving ahead because of those decisions that are the right ones to take. We residents feel that you are protecting us. I'm talking on behalf of my neighbors, the ones that have always blessed me to represent them. I want to say thank you. And to all of you and those at home, remember that when you're a police officer, you leave your house in the morning or at night, but your family never knows if you're coming back. And that is one of the hardest things to do in life. Why? Because you're sacrificing your life for us. So I want to thank you on behalf of so many for every sacrifice that you do and you have done throughout the years to protect Miami-Dade County. I am honored. I am blessed to reside in a city that we have a chief like you, Chief Avila.
Good evening. My name is Raleigh Flowers, and I bring you greetings from the other beautiful city of Belle Harbor. What can I say? These two gentlemen, remember what I always had an inside joke with Chief Jesus Christ, Andres, that always remember when you to thank your wife and your beautiful wives for your accomplishments, because without them being by your side, not behind you, but by your side throughout your law enforcement career, there's no way you can do it, because this requires a big commitment from both, for both sides, from your job and from your family. A commitment from your wife to be understanding that when that phone rings in the middle of the night that you got to get up and answer that phone. A commitment from your family that she understands that you got to be at a council meeting till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. So this is a huge commitment, not only for you guys, but to your families. So I want to say to the spouses, get ready, be understanding. I know you guys have been understanding throughout their journey, and I ask that you continue to be understanding throughout their journey. One other thing that Pete and I have a special relationship. We call each other Big Daddy. And if anybody follow us on Facebook, that's how we kind of call each other Big Daddy. And it's because of Pete, 23 years ago when I started with the Hialeah Police Department. Believe it or not, I couldn't shoot at all. I didn't know how to hold a gun properly. And Pete was our firearms instructor, and I was a special case. Talk about remedial training. I was remedial training times 3. And if it wasn't for this guy showing me how to properly hold that gun and taking the time and being very patient, I would not be here standing as a law enforcement officer, let alone the chief of police in Belle Harbor. So Pete, thank you, brother. I love you, and God bless you. Now, before I leave, the president of the Miami-Dade County Police Chiefs Association is in the back, and I'm sure he has some words that he wanted to say. So come on up, Director Junior President of the Dade Chief Association. He thought he was going to get by. Don't you love when you get put on the spot?
Well, thank you for that, Chief Flowers. You know, you stand in the back of the room for a reason, right? So you don't get called upon. But apparently that doesn't work in West Miami. But I'll be brief. I just want to say, I want to echo what's been said so many times and by so many folks before we got here. The city of West Miami could not be in better hands after this appointment. Knowing these two gentlemen, knowing the caliber of men they are, family men, dedicated officers, committed to the blue, committed to this brotherhood. This brotherhood to my right is not just a brotherhood of law enforcement officers. We are a brotherhood of Miami-Dade County residents. We are families. We are fathers. We are husbands. And we're all committed to making sure that our residents stay safe and our officers make it home the same way they came to work. And I know that this community could not be in a better hand to make sure that happens. Knowing these great men, we're here, we got your back. On behalf of the Miami-Dade County Association of Chief of Police, whatever you need from us and all 37 municipalities, we are here, we got your six, brothers. Congratulations again, okay?
Yeah, I wasn't going to miss this opportunity. So my name is Marcos Villanueva. I'm a former police lieutenant with the city of Sweetwater, proud. I love my city. But I actually grew up here in West Miami. I went to Sylvania Heights Elementary School, which is the only school here in West Miami. Went to West Miami Middle School, went to Coral Park, and then South Miami. So West Miami is always going to be very dear to my heart. I'm a Park kid. I grew up in the Rec. I've known Carlos for 20 years. This man, the first time I met him, he was screaming at me in the academy. Literally screaming. I had you for Mod 2, and I'm sure you forgot. Yeah. Well, you were screaming. It made us do like 8,000 push-ups. And when I looked at you and I said 8,000, you said, yeah, now make it 9. But I wanted to take the opportunity to not only celebrate you guys, and obviously congratulations. Both of you know that you're my brothers. And you know how we feel about Nelson. And I'm surprised he hasn't come up here, so we're going to do the whole cheery Nelson and have him come up here because he doesn't want to. I truly believe in legacy. And you've laid a very solid foundation. And you made it extremely easy for these two gentlemen just to continue in your work. Carlos, if he comes up here, he'll probably say thank you and sit down. That's who he is. Pete will probably say like 8 words. But congratulations to all of you, Madam Mayor, and to the commissioners, to the residents of West Miami, and obviously to the law enforcement community. I love you guys both. I'll continue to come here once a week and drink coffee. And I can't steal stuff out of Nelson's office anymore. Yeah, it was me. All the things that are missing was me. So I love you both. Congratulations.
Anybody got a box? Dad, Carlos, thank you, gentlemen, for being who you guys are. You've both been exemplary men, an example, and leading. I started here. I came to the Rec here. All I know is my dad's car. Hey, man, I can't wait to get that duty belt on and go, just like Pops. For everybody standing in this room, it's hard for me to tell you how proud I am of these two men sitting here. Imagine, they've ingrained a legacy and passed on shoes that are so hard to fill. Me and my brother are both like, wow, can you believe Pops is already there? Can you believe Carlos is the chief? We're like, holy crap, blows my mind. But hey, I don't think there's any other men capable of running this department and the troops here like these two gentlemen here. And for that, I say thank you for being the example that you gentlemen have been. And I love you both very much. Thank you.
Well, since my brother said something, I have to come up here and say something also. First off, I just want to say congratulations to Dad and Carlos. I first started here as a dispatcher. I want to thank the former chief. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Former Chief Nelson Andrew and former Deputy Chief Carlos Avila for giving a 21-year-old kid a shot, for bringing me in as a dispatcher, learning the ropes, and then doing ride-alongs here and there. So thank you guys for that. Dad, like my brother said, you make us so proud. I'm gonna try not to get choked up while I'm talking up here. You've always been an example for all of us, and we're just gonna continue to try so hard in our careers to be anything close to where you are now. And you make me proud to wear my last name on my uniform, so thank you guys.
Good evening.
Don't go easy on him. He said easy, don't go easy.
First of all, I don't know Pete as well as I know Carlos, but congratulations to you. I'm very proud of you also. I spent many nights with Carlos. Fortunately, it was with his wife's permission. And I'm going to echo what Chief Flowers said about wives and support, because Carlos and I went through the academy together, number one. And then, lo and behold, when we got within the department, we ended up being partners in homicide together on midnights. So we did sleep together many nights. I have watched Carlos from the time we were in the academy, and there was a thing about him then. And I watched Carlos through his career, through our many nights in homicide, being terrorized by Jerry Green, who's somewhere in here. We worked some very interesting cases together, got a lot of very good results, and Carlos has always had a certain passion about everything that he does. And as I watched him over the years, and I watched him as he moved up through the ranks of the City of Miami Police Department, one thing I can say about Carlos, he maintained that same passion. He's always had it. And when I look at him today, I cannot tell you how proud I am of him. I have watched him grow. I've watched him throw things from homicide to mellowing out as he went up the ranks. And Carlos and I have stayed in touch all these years. When there's something going on with him and he needs to talk to me, he knows that I'm there and he can always call. I couldn't be more prouder of you, Carlos. And I love you dearly. And I have to say also, because I would be remiss if I didn't say, because I call him Nelly Bean, the former chief. That's another story on another day. Now, we didn't sleep together because he was on day shift. But these guys have been wonderful. They are wonderful. I'm very proud of you, Pete. I'm very proud of you, Carlos. And I'll tell you what, it's just been wonderful watching you soar.
Nelly Bean, huh? What I call you? Uni baby. Okay. What an honor to see this many friends, law enforcement, family members here for this grand occasion. I worked with these two gentlemen, not under me, but with me at my side. Whenever there was a challenge, whenever there was a decision to be made, whatever it was, however serious or however minor it was, I could always count on Carlos and Pete to give me the advice that I needed. And if I ever was heading down the wrong road, to explain why I needed to change course. The last 2 weeks since my retirement, I've worked harder than I have in 40 years. My honey-do list. And as has been echoed here by several speakers, spouses, family members suffer in this profession. And I'm going to say what I've said many times, that my wife is my hero. And hopefully your wives will be as well, as I know they are. Miss birthdays, miss Christmas, miss Thanksgivings, and it's just what happens when you pin on that badge. And that doesn't necessarily have to be at this rank, but probably more so here. So again, I wish you the best. I'm here for you. And may God guide you in the right direction, as I know He will, and be as successful as you can be. Thank you.
Microphone's still open.
That little one. Hi, my name is Frank Avila. My brother Eddie Avila works in the city. Carlos started in 1980. I was born in 1979, so my whole life he's been a cop. March 7, 2000, I get called from City of Miami, PSA. The next day, the county called me for a PO. I always wanted to be a city. There's a bunch of city guys here I used to play basketball with, always. He goes, "Are you stupid? You gotta go to the county. You can become a cop." Armando Aguilar's son was a class ahead of me. He applied for the city. I applied for the city. Armando came to the city. I applied to the city. I got accepted. Carter goes, "Are you stupid? You stay in the county." 20 years later, thanks to him, example he's been, I'm one of the sergeant at arms. I get to take care of the commissioners every day. I have a great job, great pension, lovely family. Thanks to you. Appreciate you.
Uh-oh, this is a joint one. Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm Leo Riselli. To my right here is Tony Gomez. To my left is George Doogie Rodriguez and also Jose Nera. Don't look at me like that, man. So 29 years ago, Pete and I met, all of us, together at our BLE class at BLE 140. I'm not surprised today to see Pete a major for West Miami because he was a leader then. He was the only municipal police officer to lead our class as a class leader, a county class. Pete is a very special person. He is, like I said, a leader, a dedicated person, a friend. Many times he gave me rides to the academy because my car would break down. So Pete, I'm very proud to be here today and to wish you well and to continue what you do with us in law enforcement. Chief Avila, congratulations. And I would just want to give my classmates an opportunity to speak as well.
Good evening, everyone. Pete, it was a pleasure to have you as a class leader. And I know it was a difficult time because it was a county class with a municipal class leader. And it was definitely a pleasure. And that's where we all noticed that we're all one. Carlos, we go back a long ways. Pete, I don't know if you know our history with Carlos and I, but we know each other for over 35 years. I've known Carlos when I was a civilian, even when Carlos worked at Central Shopping Center before he was a police officer. And subsequently today, here we are. So today, here we are, and proud to be in front of you guys. And God bless both of you, and a lot of success. And we're here for you all. Thank you.
Personally, me with Pete, we have a lot of bonding.
I'll translate.
And I want to say, I want to say something to the mayor and to the commissioners. Like Riselli said, he was our first ever class leader, not being a county officer or county trainee. When we graduated in our first 6 months in the academy at the Miami-Dade North, Pete was offered to stay with the county and be part of our BLE 140 and continue with us on what we call Phase 2. We had a conversation. I was really excited. I thought he would stay with us. He told me, "No, I got to be loyal to West Miami." And I want you to also keep that in your mind. And he says, "I have a commitment, and I promised them that I will stay with them. And I know it's a huge department. We were able to see his skills, his quality. Me and him actually were the first two at the firearms. It was something that he always had from the beginning. And he decided to do what he did. He stayed with West Miami. Something happened along his career, and for several years he went to Hialeah. He returned back. and here he's again. So what I'm trying to tell you is that he's a real honest guy, and his loyalty goes first to anything.
I am so sorry for the interruption, but Rescue 40 is trying to leave, and there is a car P49 blocking. Don't run, but do hurry. I'm sorry. Please continue.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Jose Nera. I was also part of BLE 140. I am so proud of this individual. He was an exceptional class leader. He calmed me down a couple of times. My nickname in the academy was Psycho. Don't know why. Congratulations, Chief. Where do I start with Pete? Like what my classmates have said, loyal, dedicated, a leader, but most importantly, a friend. And after almost close to 30 years, here he is as a major. And again, somebody mentioned that he could have been taking the position of deputy mayor or deputy chief, but he chose major because that's who Pete is. Very humble, and also always boots to the ground. First and foremost, always a cop. So I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate you both. You're my friend. I love you, and BLE 140.
So, good evening to everyone. Every time I give a speech, I usually have. Every time I give a speech, I usually have something to read from. I'm not a public speaker, but I can tell you, when I talked about Carlo and Pete, they're not only friends, they're my brothers in blue. And as you look around the room, there's many in blue and others are not, but they're still brothers in blue. So I usually take a picture like this every time I go from one place to another to show my boss that I was there. Proof of life. So for you two, as I was taking this picture, this is proof. This is proof. As you look around the room.
I'm sorry, it wasn't Joe Sanchez. It's a navy blue Lexus. A navy blue Lexus is blocking Rescue 40.
Black or blue Lexus?
What was it, P49, Madam Manager, P1?
That's what the information I got.
Anyone?
That's not good.
Black or blue Lexus? You can tow it.
Madam Manager, do we, what?
Give me 1 second. Madam Mayor, continue.
Okay, please, I'm sorry, please continue. Please
That's all right.
continue.
That's all right. So going back to proof of life, as you look at the picture, and as I look at the picture, and as you two look at the pictures, these are witnesses to your character. These are witnesses to what you have done for your family, for your friends, for this community. These are witnesses that have come here to celebrate your promotion. And so am I. I'm more than proud to be here along with all my brothers and sisters in blue to recognize both of you for your achievement. God bless you too, and congratulations.
Microphone is still open. Anyone else? Okay, so then, Chief Avila, Major Delgado, it's your turn.
Good evening to all of you. Where is Jerry Green? Where are you hiding in the back there? And where is Armando?
Right here.
Yeah. I got some stories about Armando. Want to talk about negotiations?
No.
No? Well, again, ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests, before making any other comments, I would like to take the opportunity to thank several people. The Honorable Judge Milian, who took the time off his busy schedule to be here tonight to swear us in. Thank you. I also want to thank Pastor Raz Vasquez for being here tonight also and sharing God's word with us. To the mayor and vice mayor, commissioners, I want to say thank you for the confidence you have shown in me by ratifying my appointment to the position of Chief of Police of the West Miami Police Department. I would also like to thank the city manager, Yolanda Aguilar, for having the trust and confidence in me and recommending my appointment to the position of Chief of Police. I would also like to thank my good friend Nelson Andrew, who spent the last 15 years at the West Miami Police Department and the last 8 years as Chief of Police. Chief Andrew has truly brought the West Miami Police Department into the 21st century and has left us in excellent shape. And the transition has been a whole lot easier because of him. I would also like to thank everyone else who took the time out of your busy schedules to be here tonight, especially all the City of Miami Police Department retirees that I have worked with over the years. Your presence here means a lot to me. Those of us in law enforcement know that no police officer can truly be successful without the support of their family. I think that was mentioned here already. The hours, the odd shifts, the stress, the missed holidays, birthdays, and everything else that goes along with this job. It takes a huge toll on the family life. So for that reason, I want to thank my beautiful wife, Ileana, my daughter, Lisette, my son, Fernando, my father, Juan, my brothers, Archie and Frank, my nieces and my nephews, too many to mention. How about that Pledge of Allegiance the national anthem from my nieces. Again, I love you all, and thank you for being there in the good times and the bad. I would like to let the City of West Miami residents and corporate citizens know they have an excellent police department. Although we're a small agency within Miami-Dade County, we're an extremely effective and respected agency within the law enforcement community. Our training, our level of service, and our commitment to doing the right thing are second to none. And I am proud to be part of this team. As Chief, I promise to do my best to keep that reputation intact. Today's police officers face a host of adversities and challenges. We ask more of our officers on the street today than at any other time in our history. Policing is more about providing counseling to families in distress, dealing with people with mental illness. They are asked to mediate in civil disputes between neighbors and families, and they are asked to work with youth. They are put in situations where they have to have the knowledge of a lawyer and a trained psychologist, while also being a community organizer. No small feat. I also have a message for the officers and civilian staff of the department. No chief of police can be successful without input of officers and staff members at every level of the agency. I will listen to your ideas, and I want you to be part of the process. I would like to make a pledge to our residents and to the members of the business community. The West Miami Police Department is committed to working with you to make this community a safe, secure place to live and work. As our mission statement reads, the mission of the West Miami Police Department shall be to create and maintain a safe and secure environment that will enhance the quality of life for the citizens of the city of West Miami. Our fine officers can surely be relied upon to live by that message. I want to thank you all.
I know. All
Already, it started already, and I haven't even opened my mouth. I'm going to keep it short because the judge told me that he was very thirsty, as is everybody else here and hungry. So I'm going to keep it to maybe 9 words, Madam Chair, maybe 9. All right, so I'm going to start in a little bit of a different order. First and foremost, I want to thank God, because without him, this would not be possible for either one of us. I want to thank my wife, Monica, our children, for all of your unconditional love and support, and as well as my family, my mother who's sitting here in the front row, and my sister. Thank you very much for everything you do. Chief Avila, thank you for your friendship and constant trust in my ability to lead. I will always have your back. Yolanda Aguilar, City Manager, for going to bat for me 29 years ago when she was a city clerk and nobody wanted to take a chance on me. Thank you. Mayor and City Commission, thank you as well for your trust, not only in Chief Avila, but in me as well. Thank you. All of my friends, retired Chief Nelson Andrew, for paving the way for Chief Avila and myself. Thank you. All of my friends and colleagues who made coming here today a priority, even in the rain. Thank you all. I really do appreciate your presence here. Last but certainly not least, the men and women of the West Miami Police Department, both sworn and civilian. Thank you for your hard work and dedication, for it is your work that ultimately reflects a positive image on this administration. Thank you and God bless.
Are there any comments or remarks from the table at this time?
Thank you for coming. As you see, and our residents are watching the system, the TV system. I cannot tell you that West Miami is the best city in Dade County. If I tell you that, you said, well, everybody talks about the city, but we really are the most blessed city of Dade County. And the proof of that is look at the residents, look at the visitors, look at the brass, look at all those chiefs, look at the judge, look at the county commissioners, the vice chair. We really are the most blessed city in the county. And now we have the good luck that we got 2 of the best officers that we could get, chief and second in command. Of course, we have the chief emeritus there. That he created these two stars. So I wish in my name and the commission, I don't know if the mayor or the commissioner want to say something, but we are very good and very happy with the police department we have. And we wish you the best. And congratulations, both of you, all the relatives, all the friends, and all these people from the old guard that here are. Yeah. Because, I know many fathers. I remember the father of the judge. I remember the grandparents of Pete and Pepe, his father. I remember many. I am not that old, but I know them. But I remember them. So, congratulations and welcome to our city. And really, we appreciate all these distinguished officers, chiefs, the brass, that take the time to come to our city. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Anyone else from the table? Commissioner?
You know, I think that this gathering gives a new name, a new meaning to the phrase, too many chiefs and not many Indians. We got enough brass there to sink a freighter. But I would like to say that our ex-chief, our chief and our major, every time I think about them, there's a quote that comes to mind, and that is that the mark of a true leader is not how many followers he's got, but how many leaders he creates. And that is exactly what these men do and have done. I think just about every base has been covered. We know that the chief and the major are super cops. They're great administrators. They are, no, I'm getting there. But anyways, a lot has been said, so I wanted to say that what has not been said enough is that they're great human beings. They're great men. They're great husbands. They are great fathers, brothers, and friends. And I rest assured that the City of West Miami Police Department is in good hands. So thank you to the both of you.
Commissioner?
You know, very few words, right? So I'm going to the point.
Your microphone?
Very happy for all of you. And congratulations, Carlos. Congratulations, Pete. I'm so proud of you, too.
Our city of West Miami is blessed, truly blessed, to have two people with the experience, integrity, and most importantly, the respect and trust of the residents. And, you know, everyone says trust is earned, and they have definitely earned the trust of the residents. And I'll be praying for both of you as you lead our department, and I'm obviously here to support anything you guys need to continue in your leadership of the department. God bless.
Madam Manager?
Madam Mayor, I said what I had to say when I submitted my nomination, and again, I will repeat it. Carlos and Pete, gentlemen, you are the best men for the job. Please take care of our community as you have all along. Protect our residents. Stay safe. And to your family members, congratulations, because this is a very special day in the history of the city of West Miami. So thank you for your service, and I look forward to working with you moving forward.
Chief Avila, Major Delgado, thank you for all that you've done and for all the great things that I know you will do with this extraordinary police department in the city of West Miami. Thank you. With that, this meeting is adjourned. Oh, one more thing? Yeah, absolutely. It's your show.
Duffy's.
Oh, I didn't, okay. Duffy's, now this meeting is adjourned.
I hate bowling.
Con tu tío.
Ale, come here. Come here.